Do you want a small loss or do you want a big loss? Your trades should end up in four ways, right? Every trade, your aim is to either end up with a small loss, small win, break even, or big win. April 12th, Trading Topic Tuesday. We're coming at you live. Thank you guys for jumping on. This will be recorded for those who are missing this, but definitely this is going to be a good one tonight. Last week we had the Thinkorswim tutorial, yeah? So
Yes.
I was literally editing that. My fault for not getting that back up to you guys. It's going to be uploaded after this call tonight. Good stuff. I was just rewatching. I'm like, dang, man, it's some good stuff, man. But
Nice.
tonight is we're gonna be talking about switching gears. We're gonna be talking about like the psychological, the mindset of trading, the fears, overcoming the fears. Yeah, particularly, So that would be kind of the title for tonight: overcoming the different fears in trading, whether that be through wins or losses, or going through rough patches or seasons in our trading journey, going over the losses. It's not always good to have, but at the same time, when you have a community like this and you're constantly growing and sharing and getting uncomfortable, that's where the growth happens, guys.
And I went on that drawdown, yeah.
The 5%.
Yeah.
The 5%. Yeah.
I want 5% on one trade. Yeah, that's pretty steep.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Samuel? Thanks for joining, man.
Thank you.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that, Uncle Tony. That's good stuff. I mean, it's gonna be, that's an example of what can happen, right? When things, you can get distracted or things aren't going your way, and it does something. Other than just hitting that loss right there, it does something to the mental where it lingers, where you're like, oh, you kind of go back to, like, was for me, speaking from experience, when I would get stopped out in the trade that I was anticipating. Oh yeah, this is a winner. I got a home run. This thing is running in my favor. Check back the charts an hour later. Boom, got stopped out. What the heck happened, man? The whole world's against me. The market is out to get me, right? Those thoughts come, right? You can share some insight on that, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
A recent bad
and you
loss.
still have them. That's the crazy. It doesn't matter how long you trade for. You still have them. Even like market wizards, they say you just become aware of it and then know how to handle it after a while. I took a loss just like 2 days or this last 24 hours. It's like 1.75, almost 2%. But it still just I knew that it was bothering me. So I stayed off the charts today until like literally tonight. Just get my mind right, make sure I don't let that emotion enter. I'm like, I was laughing because at least it was coming up in awareness, but anyways.
No, I remember you were sharing something, I think, like in the recent months, you've like made that shift and for like shifting your mindset, right, when it comes to getting stopped out. You were able
yeah, I
to,
think long term, that's one thing that saved me. I think a key component of there's these ads that's popping up with Zoom. Okay. Yeah, a key component is just like thinking long term, and that one loss is one loss. It's just one good trade after the next. That's how you got to focus on the next trade. That's it.
the next
and
trade,
you do
right?
that a million times and you'll have $1 million account.
Do that a million times. That is the goal. That is the goal. Like we were saying, the topic for tonight on our Trading Topic Tuesday, this is something that we do every Tuesday for our members that we put on. We talk about anything and everything trading. Last week we were covering Thinkorswim platform, awesome platform for you guys. Back in February we're covering crypto. Beginning of January we're setting the tone and setting our goals and intentions for the year, guys. Don't forget about that. Lots of people, they stop I think there's a stat on they stopped their New Year's resolutions at the end of January, you know,
Oh
or even
yeah,
before then.
like
And
first
so
3 weeks, right?
first 3 weeks. And so especially in trading, guys, like we get all pumped up. We're like, yeah, so much money to be made, guys. This is nuts. I don't know why nobody else is doing this. If you're the only one in your circle trading, your only family, no one else in your family is trading, because that's exactly what I was going through. And then put my money in the market, not really knowing what I was doing, what to expect. And boom, it came like a train, man, knocked me out, took my money, and didn't even care, man. Didn't even ask me who I was. But yeah, like tonight we're gonna be talking about preparing for a trading week. You know, we have, like, if you guys been following us for a few for some time now, Reed and I, we've came developed a routine with preparing for the market, which is, for one, we go over, we do a trading watch list for you guys. And so it's time for ourselves either to just go over the markets, futures and forex, a little bit of crypto and a little bit of stocks, see what is happening, what has happened in the previous week if we missed it. Because yes, we're only human, we're only capable of watching so many markets. So we do have our core markets that we look at, and we do that usually on Sundays. And we just go over. We don't spend too much time, like, because we know how we could sit there and spend what hours just analyzing, right, back testing, whatever. Keep it short, 15-20 minutes. Bang bang bang, go through the list. Keep, update each other. Hey, yeah, I'm looking at this pair, or we're looking at this, we're anticipating an announcements later in the week. Okay, we'll put that on a watch list. Let's go see what happens. So from there, market opens Sunday afternoon for us, pre-market, and then Monday comes. We kind of are prepared. We already have our watch list. We don't need to be really, scrambling. Be like, oh, what's moving, right? First 15 minutes when that bell rings, guys. That's a good noise. I like hearing that bell. I don't know if TradingView does that, dude.
Oh, it doesn't, man. You guys got
Does it?
sound?
Oh, dude, your mic just went
Oh,
super.
check. Oh, it's
Yeah.
low again. Hold on.
You're gonna have to do the tricky trick.
All right.
But yeah, no, when New York market opens, they hit that ding, on trading.
Yeah, there's a bell
Website.
in
Oh, okay,
Thinkorswim.
good. Yeah, in Thinkorswim.
Oh wow, that's so cool, man. I'm sure I could download it, but
You gotta go play it yourself.
yeah.
But yeah, when come Monday, when you hit that bell, boom! That, for me, that kind of sets the tone of, like, okay, um, yeah, what's happening? Stay focused. You want to be focused. You want to be clear on what you're looking for, right? I don't always trade the open. It is rarely nowadays. Before, when I was day trading, yeah, I would try to wake up in time for it, but very, very, very rare you catch me doing that. But at the same time, I still got the watch list, and I see price and what price is doing, and there I will go enter according to plan, and I will my entry, but my risk will be more important, right? What am I risking for entering into the market?
What do you risk on average, Glenn, for of your account?
So lately, I've been risking very conservatively. Usually, no more than 2%, but now it's even like 0.5%, 0.75 or 1.5%. You know,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
those are, and that's key. And that's key. That's something I've learned over time. I've gone through the risking over 2%. You know,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
The profits are really cool to look at, but
it
not
is.
experiencing the loss. I think the loss hurts way more than making the same amount, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it does something to my mental. So, like, when I know I'm
Not if it
over
keep not
leveraged.
if it keeps dipping though, right?
What
So
was
if
that?
you got out at your stop loss and it keeps going, you actually feel pretty good. You followed your rules.
No, absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sticking to your rules is the main thing. That and that I mean a good risk management is in your rules.
Yeah,
I think
I mean,
yeah, during these prop fun like runs, I'm doing like 0.5, 0.2%, like really risking super little bit just because I want the count to steadily grow rather than try to get those big wins.
and more so for me, it's knowing when to press on the gas and when to lift off on a trade. Before, I thought was okay, I'm just gonna cookie cutter it every trade. I'm gonna go 2%, and then my biggest thing was that I wasn't always aware of the current market conditions. I went to go, I had somewhat a conviction in a mark, like, for assuming price would be trending, but really it was just in a choppy market, condition. And so that was a mistake that I have, dealt with and learned throughout time. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, training, like being preparing. They say, what is that word? I mean, that saying, right? If you're not prepared, you're just gonna get your ass whooped, man. Like, there's a paddle. Oh, when I
There's a
was in a
gist, yeah, we get the gist of it.
yeah, yeah. So, like, when I was in in Miami a few weeks ago, this very successful businessman, Tillman Fertitta, his slogan all the time was saying, "There's a paddle for everyone," right? Meaning, no matter how successful you are, big you are, how much money you got, there's a paddle waiting to smack that ass, man. And you gotta be prepared for it. Same thing in the markets. The markets gonna go, and if you're not careful, you will be giving your money away to the markets. You know,
Yeah.
and so
You can make a lot of profit, but the hardest part is keeping
mm,
that same profit.
keeping that mindset, right, of like, yeah, boom, I'm hitting wins, I'm getting confident, I'm syncing with the market. Sometimes that could get a hold, and you let that get away from you. Your ego starts to grow, yeah,
Oh yeah.
and then that skews your next trading decision. I could lose that. That's okay. I got stopped out. It's okay. And then little by little, you keep doing that, you gave up all your profit. And so these are we're mainly just talking about the mindset, the psychological part with trading, the emotional part with trading, the stresses, right?
Yeah. How it so like yeah, let's say you're getting your butt spanked by the market. How do you handle like all the stresses of dealing with consecutive losses, multiple losses?
No, that's super good, man. When I was in a bit tough trading season, I literally, first thing I had to do was pause, stop from losing, like, stop the bleeding, right? Step away from the market, like, not even log on to
Like
my account.
physically.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, yeah,
physically,
like
not even
physically
log
stay
on to my
away.
account, bruh.
Yeah.
So that was one for me. And then I was reading some books. Steve Burns, man, that guy's Steve J. Was it Joseph Burns?
Yep.
So he's for those who don't know who he is, awesome author. He writes tons of trading books. I think he's a trader himself, and his wife is a trading psychologist, I think, or
Huh.
psychologist overall.
Didn't know that.
Good duo, right? So he wrote this book called Calm Trader, and if you guys haven't read that, it's really good, short to the T book. And I'm looking at my notes. Typed out. He had this section for you guys when you guys are going through specifically this part of dealing with stresses during after a drawdown period. Yeah, he wrote 10 things that a trader must overcome to become profitable. 10 things a trader must become overcome to become profitable. So what he writes, it's simple one-liners, you know. So in order to overcome impulsiveness in trading, replace impulsiveness with proven rules that filter emotions into the correct actions. Okay. So what I did, I printed this out, 10 rules, bruh. I printed out on a piece of paper, taped it to my screen, and so I made sure I drilled these things into my brain, dude. And it forced me to how's it, Drew? It forced me to start shifting my think, you know, because as traders, we're constantly evolving. We have to evolve, yeah, right? Um, and that was the thing for me. I had to pause, stop trading, and I printed this thing out, pasted it, and I think I wrote some reminders, handwritten reminders for me. So impulsiveness, impatience, replace market noise with and emotions with quantified entries and exits based on signals. So for us, speaking from personal experience again, if I'm just bored looking through the charts, I always find myself, oh, that looks like a good one. Let me just don't jump in. Yeah, that happened to you.
Yeah, because you just want to be in the market.
You
It's
just want to
definitely
be in the market.
a psychological thing, like how we get what is that called, serotonin, or some the feel good chemical
Mm.
when we
Dopamine, I
look
think. I don't know.
dopamine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dopamine effect. Same thing, like when you get likes, similar to how you feel when you place a trade.
Yeah. And number three, anger. Replace animosity towards the market with respect to price action and emotionless trading. So the way I translate that, because like, how do you? We want to be mad. We need to point fingers at someone or something, right? And it definitely ain't gonna be us. We ain't gonna point the finger at us that we're screwing up. No, no, no. We're gonna point it at the market. We're gonna be mad at the market. And you know what the book says? It says to just replace that whole feeling and respect what price is doing. You know, market's gonna do what it's gonna do, and you want to try to be emotionless, meaning you want to detach your decision making from your emotions. You want your decision making to be based on the rules or your plan that you have prepared. You guys with me so far? Thumbs up. It's good.
Yo, I'm
Awesome.
with you.
Yeah. Number four, uncertainty. This one is good. I mean, because this is a question, right? How do I know I'm gonna make money? You're like, how do you know you're right? How do you know? How can you be confident knowing that you're gonna put money in this particular position, this stock, this forex pair? How do you know it's gonna make money? How do you know? And so, either way, like nobody can predict the market. If someone's out there telling you, oh yeah, I got a 90% win rate, they got a little crystal ball. They know what's the market's gonna happen. You just don't know, man. So you gotta if when you're super uncertain, meaning you're just on the fence or you're just too scared to dip your feet in the water, man. You gotta accept the randomness of a short term result and embrace the long term edge. We talk about edge all the time. When you're creating a trading system, you need to define that edge.
Yeah, I wanted to just add to that is trust the process, and that's basically trusting your edge. If you have an edge that's been proven through back testing and just current market times, if you just trust that and trust your process, everything will turn out the way you want it to turn out, I guess, in your trading.
Boom. Yep. 100%.
So like
I mean,
accepting,
more.
yeah, that's part of like the uncertainty is just trust the process and accept it. Accept that losses will come, or that losses are just part of the journey.
And that particular subject right there, that could be it's a whole nother conversation. We can go dive in deep for that one.
Just surface
Laziness,
there.
number 5, laziness. Reduce stress by doing homework when the market is closed, so you can be ready when the market's open. So we kind of opened up with this, being prepared with the market for in the start of the week, or before the market opens. However you guys do it, I don't think there's any right way, but it doesn't make sense to try to be prepared while the market is open. So it's gonna have happen, and that's where the work and discipline comes in. It doesn't You can't have expect great trading results with just being, winging it, just showing up and expecting the market to go give you money. I had that thought. No, it's good, Uncle Tony. That's good. It's just accepting that part for sure. Number 6, greed. Replace the need for immediate wins with a process for constantly growing your capital. It's what is that word? Instant gratification, right?
Yeah. You gotta, as traders, we gotta delay gratification.
Absolutely. People,
Wait for
especially I
that.
think nowadays with social media, you got all these traders. They're just posting all their wins. They're just printing money essentially. And for those who aren't really aware, they can start feeling like, oh man, I'm being left behind. This guy's making so much money. I need to. It kind of sets a false expectation going in. Oh, I opened my account. I should be making money like this guy. Like Reed, man. I should be killing it right now. No, that's the greed. I mean, even outside of trading, right? Greed. If you go to Vegas, or if you have a business, or if you're, I mean,
Just
all
anything
these.
in like a
It's
food
a
line. You're standing in line, you're like, hey sir, there's 7 muffins here. Which one would you like? I want the biggest one.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
he's greedy.
I know, right? I know. So a lot of this, it's like it's really looking at ourselves. Impulsiveness, impatience, anger, uncertainty, laziness, greed. These are all combination, um, that many aren't even aware. We have that blind spot when it comes to, and we're just thinking, oh, it's just stress. I'm not doing well in trading because I'm stressed. You know what I mean? No, dude, there's more. Okay? Maybe your impulsiveness was way out there. You were patient, but your impulsiveness, and then you weren't preparing for the trading day by not doing your setting up your chart once, not doing your analyzing, not setting your levels, price, your alerts, whatever. Those We need to be like really pinpoint the things, and this is where journaling comes in. This is where bouncing ideas in between our community comes in. This is where accountability comes in, and that'll exactly lead to tracing down, okay, what is my root of the bad trading. Fear, number 7, fear. Replace fear of failure with the confidence of your system and ability to follow it successfully. The FOMO, man. You know? Like with fear especially, yeah? Anyone like have a recent or something that stands out to them where they experience fear in the markets, you know? You want to share some, Read? You remember a time where you were fearful because maybe
Oh shoot, when was this? See, as a trader, I move on, Glenn. No, no, no. No, dude, I don't can you refresh my memory? Sorry.
so like was there a time where you just were glued to the screen because
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So
could
horror
not
story. Yeah.
yeah
So I stayed up all night watching this one position. It was like a US Swiss or Euro pound, some kind of like weird pair. But I stayed up all night because I was actually in it, and there was news announcements. Even though I'm not a fundamental trader, I saw like red bubbles at the bottom, like on TradingView, it shows like news announcements in red for high volatility. So I was waiting for these news announcements. I'm like, oh, I need this trade. It's gonna come back in. And so like I was fearful of like losing that account or that trade because I was an idiot and I over risked, I over leveraged, and it made me, stressed. I was stressed out, so I stayed up all night, you know, and so like at the time I was unemployed, so I was like, I gotta make this trade work, So it's just a lot of stress, a lot of fear, all the emotions. Like I went through all the emotions. Oh, but if it works out, like think positive, Reed, and then you're getting to that greed level.
That's good.
And
That's
but
good.
like I think one thing to um address with new traders, because when I started, I was glued to the charts, man. Like um I just couldn't stop looking at the charts move. I loved the way that everything looked, and so when you're in a trade, that really it makes you want to look at even more, you're like sleepless, not because like even if you follow your plan like to the T and low risk management, let's say you're only losing $1, just that thrill of like, first, I'm talking about like when you're first getting into the market, there's a little thrill there. You're like, oh my god, this is something new. I don't know what I'm kind of know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing, and like there's that thrill, and then that it kind of that addiction almost forming um pathways in your brain, that's what's starting to form. Like, okay, the more I do this, the more I'll get better at trading, So I mean, it's true though, you got to put the time in, right? But not in the sixth sense like I did. Don't force yourself to stay up all sick and feeling that way.
No, that's a great point. I think they called it chart porn almost. Yeah, like you just
Yeah, guess
constantly
so. You're addicted to
addicted
looking at the
to the
charts move.
charts, and
Oh, that tick is looking fine. Yeah,
yeah,
that candlestick.
I can't.
Ooh, I love the
Ooh,
angles
that
on
pattern.
that candlestick and that pattern.
But yeah, same for me, man. Like I could not keep my eye off of it, and I think it led, yeah, like it just stumbled into the stress, not being fully alert, not you're tired, you're not at your optimal um, self, and we gotta like step out, zoom out real quick, right? Because who else is participating in the markets, right? We got the world's top brightest
Yes.
minds. We got Goldman, we got JP Morgan, big banks, we got the quant guys, big hedge funds participating in the market. And well, what in the right mind are we thinking like, oh yeah, if I just stay up all night, bro, I got them. They
Yeah.
I know something they don't.
It's kind of like that reverse psychology. Is like when everyone else is sleeping, you should be working.
Yeah.
And then you're like working yourself to death, really.
I
Like
mean, they,
overworking.
I'm sure they have their overnight staff working.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because
Yeah.
well, I don't know if you heard, but Robinhood is working on like a 24/7 stock market exchange, or being
What?
open 24/7. Yeah, I saw it like in a headline. I didn't read about it, but I mean, just imagine that. You know, Uh, it's with our technology, it's possible to have a 24-hour, 24/7
Yeah.
market.
There is crypto already, right? So
Yeah.
that's gonna be one of the first things, like a first, right, where the stock market or the exchange follows crypto's footsteps of being open 24 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be a
It's
game
like,
changer.
well, if you think about that, right? If they add 24-hour stock market trading, there's a potential short in crypto because a lot of the volume is going to go back to stocks.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh
true.
yeah. Are you saying that's a problem, or that's like what they're kind
No,
of
no,
hoping
no,
for?
no, no. I'm saying there's opportunity to short.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. There you go.
No, yeah,
There's
that's
always opportunity, right? That's the
pushing
mindset right there.
fear. We got ego. Replace your need to be right about specific trades with the desire to make money. Man, this
I
was
think
good.
ego is just, it encompasses everything. That's in my opinion, but same because like that could be related to greed and fear. That's the ego is the parent of them all,
I
in
think
my opinion.
it goes there's like three main drivers for us humans, the way that we operate. And I've learned this from my mentor. We got
Yeah.
ego is a driver. We got judgment, right? Slash, yeah, fear, ego, judgment, and fear. Those are kind of the biggest three things that is like those big mental roadblocks that prevents us from doing the things we need to do or going beyond. So these are two important things: fear and ego. You're gonna hear us talk about this a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So replace your need with to be right about specific traits with the desire to make money. So it's a matter of just flipping that perspective and be like, yo, all right, I'm gonna get into this trade. The end goal is to make profit, but I know with my stop loss in it, and because I don't know what's gonna happen in the market next, you know, I'm okay, and that kind of keeps the ego in check. Let's see what happens, right? Let me go just trade my plan my trade my plan, and then let the trade go. And so instead of be like, yo, I posted on Instagram yesterday that gold's gonna pop up. I'm gonna be right. I need to be right on this trade because all my Instagram friends gonna see it. So I need to be right. I need to make money. So those two little perspectives right there, those comparisons, that can be digging yourself a hole there. Number 9, hope. Replace hope that losing a trade will recover. Replace hope that a losing trade will recover with a well planned stop loss. This was a big one for me. I mean,
Yeah,
starting
same
out,
here.
you know.
Same here. Hoping a trade will turn around. Oh, always. Oh,
Bro.
like as soon as it turned red, I was like, oh God, please, if this works out, I'll do this. Like, it's just me, yeah. Hope.
And to use a hard side to protect me from myself. Boom.
Yeah,
I tell you, man,
that's it.
100%. Hope. Like, hope usually hope is related with good things, but hope in the market, that's a no no.
Mm, yeah. Is hope part of your plan? Like
Yeah.
one of the market wizards or someone said that. They're like, hope is not part of any trading plan.
Yeah. The thing you should be hoping is for us to be following our trading plan and
Yeah, yeah.
executing
There
as
you go. That's where the only hope needs to be.
it's not, oh, I hope Elon tweets again so he could buy more shares.
Yeah, yeah. Or I hope good news comes out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, you know, with hope, that's just flipping. A lot of these things are just like tweaking our perspective, because it starts with us. Better trading starts with us, right? But being that optimal trader starts with us. We have to be the source. It cannot be outside. It cannot be, oh, I need faster internet. I need a bigger computer screen. I need better software. It can't be there. Once we handle these things, these 10 things, that should put us on track to become the better trader. Number 10, stress. Reduce stress by choosing small losses fast instead of, a little typo, than instead of big slow losses. So it kind of works in conjunction with hope, right? Hope. And
Is it
your
instead
trade
of
should,
choosing, is it closing? Reduce stress by closing small losses?
it could be the
Or
same.
choosing?
Choosing, right?
I mean, it
would
works.
you
It
would you choose
works.
a small loss or a big loss, right? You want the small loss.
Choose small losses fast. Oh, choosing a small
Choosing.
loss or between the two. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I see. It was the prepositions. I don't know.
So yeah, but it goes back to choose. Do you want a small loss or do you want a big loss? Your trades should end up in four ways, right? Every trade, your aim is to either end up with a small loss, small win, break even, or big win. Okay, those are four. Number five, having a big loss is not in that four. you know. And when we can get just make our trades stay within those four outcomes, it'll help preserve capital, help us stay in the game, and it'll help with our decision making, and it should help with the stress. Yeah, because if you think about it, with trading, if you have a well thought out plan, if you have a complete trading approach, a lot of us, we either when we get in, the reason why the nerves come in is because we don't know this outcome. This is where you're leaving that door open for fear, uncertainty, because we don't know the outcome. If we know the outcome is going to be one of the four, and we have a plan that's going to lead us to one of those four, what's up then? Like doesn't that reset, put in perspective for us to approach the market with a calm, neutral mind and not make trading decisions based on emotion if we know that what their four outcome is going to be?
Yeah, that's a really great way to simplify it right there.
Yeah, I hope
As far
that made sense. I mean, I could.
No, yeah, like you want the four outcomes, one of the four outcomes.
Mm.
And if you're not having or encountering those four outcomes, then you're most likely, going back to hoping, going back to greed, maybe. So, like, that's key, dude. I like
Oh,
it. Makes
well.
sense to me.
If you guys want, mommy, pull up that screen again with the 10 points, so you can screenshot it or whatever. I'll post it up in the Mighty Networks again if you guys didn't miss it, but let me know. But like, off of those 10 things, what's resonated with you guys? What sparked a memory, or like that little light bulb? Like, oh, you know, you guys can come and share at any time. I just want to hear.
Oh, dude, Sam's new, bro. Welcome,
I
Sam.
know,
Thanks for
welcome, Brad.
joining
Thanks
us,
for
dog.
jumping on.
We'd love to hear
Yeah,
more about from your story, or if you're
yeah.
willing to share, it's totally
No,
up
no,
to you.
I
You
got
don't
a,
have
I
to.
got a little bit of time. I guess I'm what you call a COVID trader. I didn't lose my job or anything. I worked perfectly fine. I run a couple solar power plants here on island, so we did well. Um, well, I picked up trading. I kind of got interested in it during the Bitcoin run up in 2017, but never found an opportunity to jump back in. Since I, seen an opportunity for dip buying during the COVID thing, I decided, hey, I'm gonna start learning how to trade a little bit. Started with a $5,000 account. Quickly lost that. Went back and actually learned a little bit, watched the charts for a while, and then kind of slowly started developing an edge. Started into OTC. Those never worked out too well. But eventually I got a couple runners, but it sucked. I hated the OTC absolutely. Moved, what I was studying and what I was trying to do with some of my risk management and what I was just trying to develop an edge, just back testing different strategies until I was able to find something. I mostly paper traded until I ran through and found that edge a little bit. But now that I didn't have the psychology there because that's paper money, it's not really money. So now I jumped in, threw in another $1,000. This time taking one option contract at a time here and there. I guess during this time in large caps, I moved to option trading. So now that's where kind of my focus is and kind of develop that edge. Now, as you were saying, where you're scared, I'm scared in the current market conditions. I won't hold anything overnight right now. I'm mostly cash. So I day trade. As it's like, if you look at, the market, the S&P 500, yesterday it was on the bottom. Today it ripped and then it faded all the way down. There's money to be made on both sides of the trade. So that's where I kind of focus. I wait for the play to form itself and set up. Like, I'm watching the futures right now and see it break it above the 50 moving average. So there's opportunity there.
Nice, man.
Dude, awesome, dude. Awesome journey. Sorry. So you lost what to a couple $1,000 account in the beginning, and then since that loss, did you like go paper trading all the way through? Because I mean, that's actually really smart, you know, to
Oh yeah,
be.
no. So when I try strategize a little bit and found some consistency, I would jump in with the small account, see if it would work with that different mindset, see if the psychology with that there work. Um, Doing small amounts there, maybe like I said, one contract here, one contract there. Respecting my loss. Once I was able to respect my loss, then things changed. My plan started to work more often than not, and I started to multiply that 1,000. Float in with a few more, and I've I don't know. I probably I've multiplied that quite a bit more since.
Nice.
Um, so now I just looking for a trading community here on Island. Seeing you guys on Twitter. I post a lot on there as Il Jefe, mostly charts. I'm into SPY every day, but I posted the tickers on the Mighty Network that I watch every day. I don't deviate. I don't chase. If it plays where I'm looking at, that's what I take.
Nice. That's the way it should be, man. Just stick to your plan, no matter
Yeah.
what it is. Sounds like you have an edge, yeah, already. So that's good. You just gotta stick to it. That's what. So Glenn and I, we trade a little different from each other, but like I would say, like we focus more on trends. But I do reversal plays, and I mean Glenn is buying and selling all the time too. But like just when Glenn and I were first starting, just having this conversations with each other before we even started going live, like helped me keep accountable to like my current trading plan. So I mean, like that's what we're here for, you know. Like we just want to help each other stick to like what'd you do wrong, what'd you do right. Like let's celebrate the wins. Let's keep each other on the right path for when we have those hard times in the market. You know, that's really what we love hearing stories, though. We love because it's cool because we have this community and we could always relate, like how the feeling, maybe not the trade itself, but the feeling of like hoping all night that a trade would work out. So
Yeah, no, I've had those, especially trying to hold a SPY position overnight. As it could 100% reverse, and you're left. So I take on a little bit more risk since I'm typically never in a trade more than like 15 minutes. So sometimes if I'm playing SPY, I'll do the 0 days to expiration, or in my other tickers, I'll do the weeklies. But since I'm not really holding overnight, I'm never really taking the longer position. So I'm kind of making sure I'm spot on with my entries and I'm tight with my loss or my stops.
cool
Awesome.
refinement, yeah.
Well, love it, love it. I
Yeah,
started out.
if you look at my post, I have like a clear stop
Yeah, dude, I want to
where my
get
entry was.
I'll take a deeper look at it
Yeah.
a little later. But
Thanks for
nice, dude.
posting,
Yeah,
man.
keep posting
Keep
stuff, man.
sharing.
Yeah, I believe we have the um what is it, our groups, Glenn?
Oh,
Traders Lab.
Traders
I
Lab,
believe that's
Traders
still
Lab.
open right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, Glenn and I, we post all our trades exactly like how you do. Just remind me after this, and I'll put you into that link, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. I'll put you
Okay.
in that Traders Lab if you're not in it already, and
Yeah.
we just break down trades.
Yeah. So
So
are you gonna see in that group is gonna be just charts, and then kind of what you just did with your pulse, Samuel. I mean, awesome pulse. And yeah, we're just gonna be breaking it down, sharing, what we saw, what kind of setup, and then where the stop loss was and whatnot. And so that's gonna be focused on there, and then we'll keep the general feed, just to communicate amongst each other. But yeah, man, I'm excited. That's awesome. I love to hear that. You kind of brought me back to when I started out. I trade futures, and I was trading S&P and then the Nasdaq, and I was doing the day trading thing, and I was scared as heck holding positions overnight. I was like, yo, the boogeyman's out there at night. Mm-mm.
Yep. So now I sleep better at night, just holding no positions overnight.
But now, it's funny because through my journey, I'm like, I sleep so good holding positions overnight over the weekend.
it's just maturity, man. That's the maturity right
But
there. Like that's
Yeah.
hard.
it
That
changes.
and
It
that you
changes.
could only build with experience and time. Like you can't. There's no cheat code around that one.
Well, that's why the initial post I posted was, trust in my process. The play is going to work long term into the swing. So some days I'm like, all right, it works perfectly as planned, and then I'm out the next day, and then it just continues where I should have just held, per rules.
Per rules, right? Per rules. I mean, that's really good, man. That's really good. We're gonna be, bouncing back those type
Yeah,
of
literally, like Glenn and I have those
ideas.
conversations. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I really want to close this right now. And he's like, "Is this really part of your plan, though?" I'm like, "No."
Well, yeah, exactly.
Don't
Like
be
sometimes it
stupid.
just feels good to get it out. Like say it verbally and
Well, the
to.
problem is I've been kicked in the teeth too many times with it quickly reversing on me. So kind of like a little battle damage there, trading scared.
Yeah, yeah.
No, man. Thanks for joining. I mean, look forward to learning more about you and continuing on in our community. That's pretty awesome. This is what we're putting together. This is why we're doing this, guys. And we want to see everyone just grow, get better, and eventually, live whatever reason you got into trading. Hopefully, you guys reach it, right? The goal. Like for me, it's gonna be freedom, and for Reed, similar things, and just it provides that lifestyle. So, super excited for what's to come, guys. And like we gotta go set up a date to just do an in-person meeting, meet up. We'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Yes. It's about time. Everything's open now, so no
Yeah.
excuses, no mandates.
Coffee and charts, bro. Next one, huh?
Yeah, let's do it. Real life. What? End of this month, April.
Let me go. I gotta check with the CSO, but we'll
Yeah,
we'll,
yeah.
we'll
We'll
tentatively.
put that out. We'll put it out for like a whole week or
Yeah, we'll
2 weeks.
we'll keep all you
Yeah.
guys updated on that.
Yeah.
Have a just nice
Chill.
meet up.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, man, for tonight's topic? That was it. It was kind of just going over, giving us good reminders on how to deal with stresses, how to deal with drawdowns, or even with wins. Resetting ourselves back to neutral because we are going to be the source of our wins and our losses. If we ain't straight, then our trading isn't going to be straight. We're going to be trading on skew or tilt, they call it, right? Trading on tilt.
Yep.
Um, but that being said, guys, I know it's coming up on 8 o'clock. Any last questions before we sign off? I appreciate all you guys jumping on.
I'm good. Yeah, we'll break down the charts next time.
Yes, sir.
Break
We'll
it
have
down a
some
little
chart
bit more in the
time.
morning. Come a little early. Spend like 15 minutes breaking down the charts.
Roger,
I'm not in
Dodger.
anything though. Speaking of charts, I'm not in any positions right now. How about you?
The same from yesterday. I'm taking a swing entry into Nasdaq, so I'm going long a little bit. I'm anticipating nice pop, but we'll see. We'll keep that posted on the outcome of that. So
Cool.
yeah.
Sick, man. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah.
We'll wrap
Thanks,
it up.
guys. Have a good night.
Shoots. Have a good one, all.
All right, thanks, guys.